Hello to my Leos. Hello and happy new moon to my Leos. All right, Leos, let's get right into it. The moon is in Taurus, and I believe we are in Taurus season. Taurus season, no, the moon in Taurus affects your throat chakra, and that's a place of manifestation, right? So, the moon, we have a new moon in Taurus. I believe this full moon that we're gonna have for this particular month of May is going to be a flower moon. So whenever we have a flower moon, that really just kind of speaks to being growing where you are planted, right? So yeah, growing where you are planted. So wherever you are planted, wherever source plants you, make sure that soil is fertile, proper sunlight, proper air, um, you know, the proper water, and of course your spirit, right? Source of spirit. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Like growing where you are planted, growing wherever you're planted, whatever you manifested, whatever you spoke into the universe, put out there, whatever you prayed for, wherever source plants you, God plants you, Most High God plants you, growing wherever you're planted. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay. I am my only competition. That's it. I am my only competition. And that's it. The I am is the great I am that is source. I am my only competition. And that's you are. I am my only competition. And that's right. Source. The great I am is the I am is inside of everyone. Everything on planet Earth is your only competition. That person in the mirror is your only competition. You find beauty, you find source, God, the Most High in everything, right? All right, it's your only competition. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Growing where you are planted. Wherever source plants you, that's where you grow. If you prayed to be in a new job, that's where you're going to grow, right? Your manager is not your competition. Your colleague not your competition. You grow where you're planted. Setting that intention. King of Swords. Somebody is a very powerful leader. Someone is a very powerful leader. Right? So you're helping other people to be a very powerful leader as well. Right? We have Star. So you're thinking about your future. Right? And so we're talking about operating in a spirit of love. Operating in a spirit of love. We have the Emperor card. We're talking about adding structure and authority to something. Not judging books by its cover. Somebody is definitely a prayer warrior. Not going to war with people, but a prayer warrior. Praying for people, prayer warrior. Right? We have Page of Wands here. We have the Page of Wands here. So somebody is starting out operating in the spirit of love, helping people to adjust their crown, leaving the shadiness behind, and just something new, a message of just like, a new project, freedom, some kind of exploration. There's somebody was just stressed out and exhausted, burdened, too many responsibilities, asking for help. Somebody was being bullied and asking for help. And so, it needed some help. And so somebody is seeing a bigger picture here. Somebody in all of this is seeing a bigger picture here, right? And so somebody is looking to grow some abundance and prosperity here. Somebody's looking to grow abundance and prosperity and looking forward to talking. Somebody's looking forward to some people talking. Looking forward to talking, right? And gaining some clarity, gaining some kind of clarity here. Something about Ten of Swords. Somebody was talking about somebody behind. Ten of Swords is like people talking about, like loved ones talking about people behind their backs. I don't know what that's about, but Ten of Swords is like loved ones. You know, people who say they love you, but they talking about people behind their back. So who was talking about somebody behind their back or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, Two of Wands. This might waiting for some kind of results on something. I don't know. So two people are apart from each other, but like waiting on some kind of results. Then we have Five of Pentacles. Somebody was waiting outside. Somebody was very close to stepping into this next phase of life. Stepping into this next phase of life. Like right there on the cusp of something. But somebody is right at their vault door. So you're about to enter into this next phase of life. And remember, time is relative. So if you're about to enter into this next phase of life, maybe you're about to start moving, or you prayed for something, because this is prayer warrior, and you're thinking about your future, trying to leave the past behind. Remember, right before you're about to get what you're about, with whatever it is you prayed for, your past will try to resurface, right? And so at that point, there's usually a distraction. So the distraction will come in a form of, distracting you as a test of like, are you going to believe what source told you, or are you going to believe what the enemy is saying, right? The enemy is always filled with doubts that you're not going to make it to the next level. That's always the enemy within, right? The flesh. Oh, I can't make it to the next level. Are you going to believe what source tells you? You're going to believe what the enemy is telling you. So, it's up to you. So, we know that the devil is a liar. So, like I said, you're your own competition. So a decision has already been made. You believe source. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're thinking about your future and praying for your strength. Praying for your future, praying for your strength. And here's the Nine of Swords here. So someone is no longer invoking any more nightmares. Like I said, someone is no more, invoking any more nightmares, of judging anybody, learning how to rise above judgment, or assuming anyone is judging you, for that matter. Somebody's learning how to stay focused. Somebody's learning how to stay focused, moving forward. And again, recognizing that you're your only competition. Learning how to end any competition between you and anybody else. Just learning how to end it. Learning how to just move on from stuff. Just learning how to just move on. Learning how to move on. Intuition. Each person's road to their inner Lord. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense, moment to moment, what's needed. Moment to moment, what's needed. Somebody was utterly exhausted. Utterly exhausted. Scorpio was involved in something, and I tell people that the nature of a Scorpio is to sting itself to death. A Scorpio will keep going and going and going and sting itself to death. The Scorpio was involved in something. And somebody was just utterly exhausted. Somebody was dehydrated. Somebody was sick and somebody was dehydrated. Somebody felt isolated. Somebody was dehydrated. Somebody was very, very sick. Sick and dehydrated. Resources. Be grateful for what you have and save some for the future. Use wisely. Somebody is an overthinker. I'm looking at the King of Swords. Somebody gives way too much thought to something. On one hand, someone has a really, really big heart, but somebody overthinks something. And so death is not always in a physical sense, but this is how somebody's opportunities could pass someone by, like the overthinking part. When Source is saying as a prayer warrior, pray, give it to God, and say, okay, I trust God. I trust God. Like, okay, either I trust God or I don't. I'm going to pray about it and I'm going to give it to God. The end. The overthinking, somebody overthinks things to a point of literally dehydration. And the death part can come to a point where somebody can overthink something until a missed opportunity. Like for real. Overthink, talking to too many people, letting people get all in people's heads, to a point of exhaustion. So Source is saying, the overthinking, and when you get too many people, and so this full flower moon that we have coming up and being planted where you're growing, Source is saying first thing is to go that when we talk about the King of Swords, it's like, okay, first of all, starting out and operating in love, we know that God is love, right? Source is love, Creator is love. First, go straight to Source. Go straight to Source. No and ifs or buts. In the future, go straight to Source. Straight to Source. And when we talk about, like, if you're hearing something hurtful about somebody else that somebody else loves, go straight to that person that you heard about, a person that somebody loves, go straight to them. If you heard something shady about somebody that somebody loves, go straight to them. You heard something shady about somebody that love, and it's causing them a lot of stress, where they're being bullied, or they're about to be put out of something, or you heard something, go straight to somebody else. You hear something about somebody's mom, dad, family member, somebody, go straight to them. Because if something puts somebody in survival mode, something put somebody in survival mode, and somebody was in some kind of comp, somebody felt like they were competing. So, too much overthinking. Somebody head and heart being at war with each other about something. Pray, go to God, ask God for clarity. God, what do you need me to do? Somebody was overthinking something. Loyalty. So, yeah. But somebody in all of this felt like something was their way or the highway. That's what this boils down to. Somebody in all of this has a God complex. Somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. Two people felt like something was their way or the highway. So that is what I'm seeing in the cards. Something about somebody's dog dying. This right here. Somebody killed somebody's dog. Somebody's dog was sacrificed. I'm saying death card right here. Somebody's dog was sacrificed. I don't know what that's about, but reading is crazy. It's time to take action. Time to take some kind of action. Again, prayer warrior mode. That's just Aries involved or something. Looks like something is an Aries and Scorpio involved in something. That's it. Something looks like it has just gotten out of hand. Behind somebody's back. Look like somebody moved on and like something has just gotten out of hand. Some destiny swapping. That's what this is. It's destiny swapping. Something has gotten out of hand behind somebody's back. And somebody has total clarity and somebody knows exactly who did what behind somebody's back. That's what the King of Swords is. Somebody's sitting on the throne and there's an owl usually there. An owl is like knowledge. An owl, somebody sitting on a ledge. They know exactly who knows. You know, they have complete and total clarity. They have knowledge of who did what. Of who was being shady. Who was bullying whom. They know who was behind what. Who was behind the lies. You know, who baited somebody into something, who was sitting there, who the friends were, talking about people behind their back, who isolated somebody, who didn't want somebody in, you know, to get into something, who made somebody feel worthless, like, who sat there overthinking something to a point of just, you know. So somebody, like I said, duality. Don't lose your vigilance. Don't forget about the people and the dual nature of people. That is what I have for you. Like I said, time to take action. But there's a Scorpio and there's an Aries behind something. But somebody definitely felt like they were going to somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. When we do my air here, somebody was going to hold out something to the end, and somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. Or somebody's dog. Something having to do with someone's dog. That is what I have for you. And I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to get your rest. And this week, And like I said, Taurus rules second house. Second house is about self-worth. It's about material possessions, including physical body, right? Don't forget to grow wherever source plants you. In this case right here, when we're looking at the, like I said, we have the Tower card, we have the Death card, Death to Judgment. We also have, like I said, Five of Pentacles. When someone is right there entering into a new phase of life, whether you're waiting on a phone call, a text message, you're about to, something that's life changing. Somebody was waiting on something that's life changing. Everybody is, trying to enter into another phase of life, something life changing. People who have a God complex will abuse their power and their authority. Everybody can relate to that to some degree. And for some people, they will abuse it. And I think, like I said, I feel like somebody's going to make a decision to rise above the judgment. Somebody's going to rise above the judgment once they realize the what somebody had to go through in their past. Somebody's going to make a decision to rise above the judgment. So something, something is growing. Yeah, something is growing here. That is what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.